Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. This is your boy, Porter Rock 77. And sadly, this is a video I really don't want to do, to be honest. Um, Probably doesn't even feel like it's welcome to my channel. Um, if you guys already know, well, most of you should know, but for those that don't, a terrible tragedy happened at a Madden tournament in Jacksonville, Florida, which resulted in the deaths of two innocent gamers, competitors. One 27-year-old Taylor Spot Me Please Robertson from West Virginia, and 22-year-old Eli True Clayton from California, who were killed in a shooting. Spot Me Please was a father and a pro gamer who won the Madden Classic back in 2017, while Clayton was a former high school football player who made the switch to go professional Madden player because of the love of the game. The killer, David Katz from Baltimore, was also a participant of the tournament. Many speculation on why he did this, but apparently just the most common theme that's going around is he lost the tournament, went back into his car, and came and shot the police, killing, two people, ultimately killing himself, suicide, and injuring around 9 people. One of those people was young Dreeny. First he got his thumb shot and stuff. Terrible tragedy for gaming. My condolences to the family for their lost loved ones. My condolences to the family of the shooter, because it's not their fault. The pain and agony knowing that your son, nephew, whatever, is a murderer and killed himself. And they're probably sitting back wondering why they didn't see the signs. How could they not notice? I mean, everyone is confused now. Anyone would be confused at this point. Everyone's thinking what they could have done, how they didn't see it. Even something as simple as security. Why wasn't there better security? How could we not in this age, with the consistent mass shootings we suffer over and over and over? How we still have places without proper security? And when you think about it, though, do we really are we really supposed to have proper security at a Madden tournament, at a gaming tournament? At this point, schools get shot up. Churches get shot up. Concerts get shot up. Movie theaters get shot up. Gaming tournaments get shot up. Is there any place that's safe anymore now? Is there any place that's safe anymore? Is this just the status quo now? There's a narrative already being spun, and it's so being spun already, that it's the gamer mentality, that we have issues, we have problems, we're breeding a violent culture, and that it was only a matter of time this was going to happen. But when you think about this, we already had mass shootings before this. Again, I just mentioned a couple. Movie theaters, concerts in Vegas, churches, multiple schools. To be honest, gaming tournaments just an eventuality. Think of every venue. It's just now at this point, unless this country, unless the people and politicians get together, any venue is going to get hit. There's nothing safe no more. It's just a matter of time. The Grammys MTV Video Awards, BET Music Awards, the Emmys, the Oscars, the Super Bowl. It's a matter of time. A concert in Madison Square Garden. The Staples Center in Los Angeles. Disneyland. Great Adventures. Six Flags. Cedar Point, Ohio. There's no place. Think of any place that is popular. Summer camp. Think about it. There's nothing safe no more. There's no level of security in the world that's going to stop this. This ain't a gamer thing or whatever. What happens when a basketball camp that you send your kid away for the summer gets shot up? Is it basketball now that's causing issues too? We all got to look at the common denominator now. Think of any venue. It's not safe. It's a venture. It's only time. It's only a matter of time before somebody snaps and decides to take it on that venue. I never even thought that a shootout in a gaming tournament would ever happen. Evo now. Like this changed the game. Every gaming tournament now has to have major security. The biggest fighting tournament, Evo, that's a target now. Everything. You think of any venue, it's an eventuality. Hell, Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out show. Anywhere, anytime, any place, by anyone, is a target. And here's the thing. You look at every other first world nation that's out there. They're not going through this. They're not going through this. They're nowhere near going through the tragedies of where their own citizens are consistently causing mass shootings. So what is it about America that's doing this? And people's going to come out with percentages and graphs. No one gives a fuck about graph. No one cares about a graph. Well, Puerto Rock, you just don't want facts. Facts is, I don't want my daughter to die just because she went to a goddamn movie. The fuck is a graph gonna do for me then? I don't want cops knocking on my door telling me my wife ain't coming home because she went shopping in the mall. The fuck is a graph gonna do for me then? What the fuck is your statistics gonna do for me then? Well, it's all right. It just so happens that percentage-wise, it was just is. So I guess life moves on. Who gives a fuck? Graph ain't going to help me that day. Graphs is not going to comfort me that night. There ain't no graphs in the cemetery. There ain't no fucking statistics when the last rite's being read. Graphs is not going to make shit easier when I have to write a fucking eulogy. The fuck is a statistic at that point? Means nothing to me. Fuck a graph. Everybody's putting graphs and graphs until your blood is fucking spilled. Graphs don't mean a goddamn thing when innocent people are fucking being laid. The funny thing is, we won't even meet halfway and at the very least, concede that this is definitely a mental health issue because Americans don't have access to proper health care. We don't even do that because we still want to treat fucking health care as if it's getting a Mercedes goddamn Benz. It ain't a fucking Mercedes Benz. It's not an iPhone. It's health care to make sure every citizen has a healthy life, which will eventually help society mentally and physically and emotionally. Maybe at least if we tackle that, we could at least, nip the bud before it fucking explodes. Maybe at least that, but we won't even concede to that. Like nothing. We're conceding to nothing until it fucking knocks on your door. How many people in Florida, the kids that survived, that narrowly escaped death, how many of them have relatives that are pro-gun? That make up excuses. That bring out statistics. And let me ask you, do you think they're pro-gun today? Because I guarantee this happened in Florida. So I guarantee a lot of those kids have relatives that were hardcore, you know what I'm saying? Hardcore pro-gun and anti-healthcare. Until yesterday, when the uncle realized he almost lost his nephew, and he's watching his brother cry because he almost lost his son or daughter or something. Now he's rethinking shit, or she's rethinking shit. Now everybody's rethinking. In that little tiny group, a lot of people are rethinking. In that community, people are rethinking what they truly believe in. It's all fun and games until the sacrifice isn't your life, but the sacrifice is your children or your spouse or your family members. Then we want to reconsider. At the very least, can we at least talk about healthcare? At least that. Can we at least close the hatch on that? Be like, you know what? There's a lot of unstable motherfuckers in this country. There's a lot of people that have fucking issues, and we just can't tell. Because they don't have access to the right people. They don't have access to the right programs. We're just plain ignorant on how things are going. Can we at least do that? But no, we wanna blame the boogeyman. We wanna blame religion. We wanna blame games. We wanna blame movies. We wanna blame music. It's culture. It's everything. It's all of that. And it just downright, we got demented mofos in this country. We got people that are downright need help. We need a system where mental capacity, mental fitness is part of the process to get guns. Fine. If the system of obtaining guns, it is what it is, we at least need to implement mental fitness. But we can't because most people can't afford it. And of course, because obtaining a gun is a fundamental Second Amendment right, we cannot add a stipulation that prevents them from getting a gun. So telling people, oh, you need to have a mental exam, that would be like fucking, whatchamacallit, unconstitutional. But if mental health care was provided for free, then there's no excuse. We could hold that standard. Hey, before you get this gun, you need to go through a mental evaluation. Don't worry, it's absolutely free, no cost to you. But here's the paperwork. Go see a mental health specialist so you can be determined that whatever, right? And then on top of that, an annual review for mental health, or every 6 months. Completely free. Still have the rights to bear arms, all that fancy stuff. But you're going to go through a free mental health examination. Could be every 6 months, every year, whatever. But something that could give us telltale signs. Simple conversation. Psychiatrist like, whoa, wait a minute. You've been going through a lot of stress in your life. Yeah, you're going to have to turn in your gun. And it's going to be put on hold. I'm going to have to report this to police. They're going to confiscate your gun until you go through further treatment. Because right now, you're not stable. Something's happening in your life, and you're not stable right now. Will it completely 100% save lives? No, but every percentage we gain towards saving lives is a good thing. And we're not doing it. We just want to blame the intangibles. There's a Twitter personality, probably YouTube. I know his first name's Tariq. I forgot his name. And he's already, as an opportunist, saying, see, I told you gamers are dangerous. This was an eventuality. So I posed a question. How many gunshots have you seen in gaming tournaments compared to hip-hop clubs? Because I don't see him condemning hip-hop or hip-hop clubs. And maybe it's just me. Maybe he did. I don't think he did because I try to find it. I see no mention of that. To me, man, I don't even know where to... I'm not even going to go there. Fuck them. It's not even worth it. Because at the end of the day, we got 2 people dead. In this country, there is no solution. Today's another mass shooting. I mean, yesterday was a mass shooting. Sometime in the future, there'll be another mass shooting, and we're going to repeat the same verbiage. We're going to bring up statistics. We'll bring up per capita. Someone's going to bring up Chicago. It's just the same arguments over and over. I think, sadly, the only thing I see this changing, and what sucks is when people have to walk a mile in other people's shoes. When people have to walk a mile in the shoes of the victims and families of Jacksonville, Columbine, Sandy Hook, the church, I think in South Carolina, when the majority of the country experiences that tragedy, that's when they realize something happened. But it's not going to happen until they personally could walk a mile in the victim's shoes. Because to them, people got desensitized. I mean, as soon as, I would imagine, as soon as this tragedy happened yesterday and the first news reports were pouring in, I guarantee there were people who read, like me, when I was on a podcast with Zaire. We were doing our digital street show, our digital streets show, right? And during the show, someone brought it up to my attention. I read the article, and the first thing I thought about was just my condolences and the agony and pain. It's just tragedy. That's the first thing that popped in my head. That, my God, it's just terrible, right? But I guarantee you there's people who read the article, and immediately the first thing they said to him, we got to protect my guns. This can't be used as a narrative to protect my guns. Some people no longer have sympathy for human life anymore. The internet, social media, the lack of human interaction face to face has totally desensitized people. Completely desensitized people in every way. And it's just sad. And we're just not gonna, this situation is not gonna be solved. And I'm mumbling words here. I'm not gonna go on Twitter and debate this topic. I'm not debating, you know what? I'm not debating topics of political spectrum on Twitter. I'm gonna cut that shit out. I've done it a few times. I'm not doing that no more. On Twitter, I just do the fake shit, the shit that don't matter, which is me making fun of plastic, me making fun of console wars, just trolling, bullshitting, talking video games. But conversations on Twitter will lead to nothing. It's irrelevant. It's pointless. Everybody talks about it's the medium to express ideas and freedom of speech. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing because everyone's desensitized. No one gives a fuck about people's opinion. No action will take place on Twitter. In order for shit to change, you have to go to the town halls. You have to go meet people face to face, not behind a screen or a moniker or a Twitter account that you created yesterday just to make an argument. You won't even put your own real Twitter account. I'm not arguing with soccer accounts and all that shit on these real issues because that shit's not gonna deal. None of it's gonna be solved. Ultimately, I'll be honest. I really don't know. I don't have an answer for this. I know everybody prides, and I appreciate the respect you all give me, calling me Professor Porterock, but I don't know. I don't have an answer for this. You know? And I do believe, trust me, I do believe, I don't have it here because I'm in Germany, so it's useless here, but I have a carry and conceal permit. Right? North Carolina. Took me, you could do it on a Saturday or you could do it on a Monday, or 2 days. I did it in an area called Sportsman Lodge. A lot of times I used to go there once in a while, practice shooting. I like shooting. I'm a good shooter. Of course. Well, I ain't going to say it's because I'm a Marine, because there's Marines that can't shoot for shit. And I believe in protecting yourself. I believe that every American has the right to protect themselves. Because bad shit happens to good people. I believe you should be able to protect your family and protect your life responsibly, right? But with that, there's certain things I don't believe in. I don't believe if you're a carry conceal owner, you have the right to get involved in an argument or start an argument or start a scenario that could potentially lead to an argument. Like, I mind my own business, I don't go around, be like, hey, excuse me, sir, you can't do that. You can't park there. I don't do that because I don't know how that person is going to react. He may be in the wrong. Like if a dude's parked in a handicap spot, I'm not going to go approach the person and be like, hey, you need to move that car, Can't be parking a handicap spot because I don't know how that person is going to react. Most of the time, most people ain't going to be like, oh, you know what, sir, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I'll move my car now. Some of them be like, fuck you. I'll beat your ass, whatever. Well, guess what? I just created an instigated scenario and I got to carry concealed. So do I pull it out and fear for my life? Like, what do you do? So that's why I think people should be responsible with guns. Avoid problems, avoid people, whatever. Or don't carry. Most of the time, don't carry at all. It's really for home protection. So I do believe in the right of protection. I do believe. Now, do I believe you have the right to carry an AR-15? To me, not as easily as a handgun to protect your home. I think there should be certain requirements on the level of caliber of weapon. But that's just me posh-shine thinking. It wasn't even AR-15. It was a handgun. So it's a moot point. At the end of the day, it's the health. It's the mental health of this country. We have Americans that are truly fucked up in the head. That's just the bottom line. And we don't have a system in place to protect themselves from the mentally ill that are at the point of their lives where they will kill, and after they get the kills, they kill themselves. That's how bad we got mental instability in this country. It's just an eventuality. It's going to spread. This is an epidemic. Every venue is not safe. Nothing is safe no more. I don't think anything was ever safe. If we don't do something, doesn't matter what the venue is. Any sports venue, movies, music, concerts, amusement parks, carnivals. Think of a local carnival. You know those carnivals that come into town? They don't have security. They don't even have a fence. You just walk right in. Right? You know what I'm talking about. Especially like if you're down south or whatever. Those carnivals that show up, once every summer for like 2-3 days and they move on. Circuses and stuff like that, they don't have security. Everybody just simply walks in and you go to these booths that are spread out just to buy your tickets. There's no entrance with a security guard, nothing. Those things are vulnerable. Any of those things could get hit. How about a mall? How many malls where you walk in, there's metal detectors and security guards? The subway in New York. There's no fucking security guard at every single subway entrance. Subway entrance, you just walk downstairs. You don't even have to talk to a booth manager. There's a machine, you get a Metro card, swipe the card, and you walk right past the gate. And now you just wait. Take a train. Take the train to Times Square, walk out the door. Millions of people go through that train station. And then you just unload. And then you blow your own brains out. Nothing's safe. The only thing we could do is concede that our mental health program, our healthcare, sucks ass. And people are dying for it. It ain't gamers, it ain't hip hop, it ain't movies. People are sick. And we need a system to identify them. Get them the help that they need before they hurt people and then ultimately kill themselves, leaving nothing but grief and pain for the people in this country. I wish this was a happy video. I wish this was a video where I talk shit about Xbox. I wish this was a video about Spider-Man. What I really wish, though, was that event never happened. I really wish that we had something to where David Katz was forced to re-register his gun because the law... I'm making a video, babe. Be back. I just wish there was a law, and I have no issues with it, where we would require to have whatever frequency for free mental evaluation, and I wish David Katz had to go through it. So he went through it. And during that mental evaluation, it was identified there were major stressors in his life that was going to impact him having a gun. And that mental evaluation identified it. And the psychologist is like, you have to turn your gun in. I'm going to notify authorities. You're not arrested. They're just going to confiscate your gun, hold on to it. And you're going to go through a mental health program with me or with the institution, whatever. And then we'll readdress this in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And David Katz will get the help he would have needed. Yeah, sure, he wouldn't go through the Madden tournament. He didn't have a gun. But he's getting the help week to week, talking to psychiatrists, dealing with his issues. And the tragedy in Jacksonville, Florida, most likely would have never happened. That's what I wish would happen. That's what I wish right now will happen. And I don't think any healthy American will have issues with just simply getting evaluated at no cost to prevent tragedies like this. Now, sure, people are going to be like, but Puerto Rico, my taxes. Bro, you have no idea the shit the government spends money on without taxes. Half of y'all don't even realize we send money to Pakistan. We send money. You have no idea what the government does with the money. At the very least, having a great healthcare program is something you can actually relate to and see. A lot of money government spends, you don't know. Government spends money on programs that don't even work. They spend billions of dollars in weapon systems that never come to fruition. It just gets canceled. At the very least, healthcare is something you can see. You could look at American citizens and be like, you know what? At least that guy I don't know got great healthcare. At least my uncles and nieces got great healthcare. My family got great healthcare. The neighbors across the street got great healthcare. Everybody got great healthcare. At the very least, it's something we can actually understand and relate to. But we won't even do that. And if we won't do that now, then when? Because there's a breaking point. There will always be a breaking point. My only question is, when is that breaking point? This can't last forever. It's not going to last forever. At a certain point, we're going to hit that apex. I just pray that Apex doesn't reach me. And I pray to God that Apex doesn't reach any views watching this video now. Anyway, this is your boy Porter Rock 77. My condolences out to the families and friends that suffered through this tragedy. And I wish better for my fellow Americans. That's it. No more deaths at school. No more deaths at movie theaters. No more deaths at game tournaments and churches. Y'all have a good one, all right? Peace.